everyone, and welcome to Elk Hood, the show where we like to feature local businesses and community leaders in the Elk Valley. My name is Brittany, and I'd like to introduce to you Jay, the owner of the Guides Hut. Jay has been the owner for the last 5 years, and Guides Hut has actually been in store for over 20. So Jay, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Right on. So let's start off by describing a little bit about your business.
The Guides Hut is Fernie's premier outdoor gear store. We kind of cater to everything you can do outdoors in Fernie, which is bike, ski, hike, camp, not fish. Those guys on the highway can do the fishy stuff. So.
And we all love Fernie, I know that, but what is your favorite thing about the town?
It's so hard to describe. Like there's, we're in the mountains. There's always something to do. I grew up on a farm just outside Okotoks, and Fernie reminds me of Okotoks when I was growing up. So that's 40, 50 years ago. Small town. I drove through Okotoks last night. I'm like, oh my god, it's huge now. Like it's I can't believe how big it is. And Fernie reminds me of that small town. Fairly laid back. There's something for everyone. Whether there's I don't know. There's so much to do. Culturally, sporty-wise, there's always something to do. Almost everybody gets along, and I don't know, we love it.
Right.
There's always something to do. That blows me away.
Absolutely.
Always.
There's something, little something for everybody, right? Yeah, so that's
exactly.
Perfect. Right on. And so, since becoming the owner of Guides Hut, what has surprised you the most?
I don't know. So I was in sporting goods. Like I was a sales rep. This was one of my favorite mountain stores, and we had a house here, so we bought the store for that reason. What surprises me the most is the amount of government red tape.
Right.
Yeah. Like this. I mean, sporting goods retail is relatively, in the grand scheme of things, easy-ish stuff. But man, behind the scenes, the amount of time we waste on just everything red tape makes me mental.
Right.
So,
Oh, interesting. Yeah. For growing your business, what are a couple of goals that you have in mind for the next couple of years?
Well, the growth is, we're so dependent on weather. So, the heat wave in the summer, all of a sudden people like, it's too hot to ride my bike. Right. Or, right now, the hill's not open because we had a little bit of a hot snow event there. So what's happening? Are we going to be open before next weekend or going into Christmas? Hopefully. It's winter in Canada. It always snows, but people tend to, like if it doesn't snow by Christmas, the non-avid skiers, like, well, I haven't skied by Christmas, they're not going to ski out all this winter, whereas the avid guys will go, like we were just talking about, until April or whatever. Right. But the non-avid person's like, oh, maybe I'll do something else this winter kind of thing. Which in the old days, I'm going to fly to Phoenix or Hawaii. Now, with travel restrictions and stuff, who knows what's happening, but we'll see what happens.
Right. So maybe gearing a little bit different to cater to those people.
Yeah, well, maybe. But that person, they're not avid. Being not avid skiers, they might not be avid sports people in general. Right. Like the skiing is kind of the gateway drug to a lot of other things. So if you're not skiing, then there's not. It's like they kind of, I'll just wait till summer and I'll golf, or I'll wait till bike season starts or whatever. It's a hard read. We just don't know. But if it snows, we all look really smart and have a great time. So,
right.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the weather being a bit of a challenge for you. Do you see any other challenges to?
Well, in our case, we are arguably bursting at the seams. Like we have this tiny little awesome heritage building, and it's like, okay, we'd love to grow, and whether that, if on one hand, because it's kind of brick and mortar, we do have an online site as well, but in Fernie there's a lot of walk-ins and stuff like that, and we can't physically display. Like we pretty much, it's winter or summer here. Like we have some bikes up in the ceiling, but we can't display all of the bikes that we have on the floor in the winter because we don't have enough space. So, and in town there's a lack of usable space for us anyways. Like there's other businesses that have a little bit less infrastructure that's easy to do stuff with, but we need to, like our basement is almost twice the size of the store. That's where all of our machinery and stuff is, and we need that space as well. So if we could increase the size of the store physically, that'd be really cool. But we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. It's just every day's an adventure. But we try and jam as much stuff as we can for the basic season.
So as a business owner, why do you think it's so important to shop locally?
Because I have to feed my kids.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm not a shopper myself. Like I don't. But it's funny how often like we get people come in. We try and have something for everyone, and I know for us personally at the store here, we give back as much as we can to the community. We support a bunch of the clubs, a bunch of the other initiatives there that do, like there's the Emily Bride and Youth Foundation, there's the Elk Valley Suicide Task Force. These things we try and support locally. I get not being like it's a small town, there's a limited amount of retail space. Sometimes you can't find stuff. I know that. Mm-hmm. But, I would say Amazon didn't support the last bike race or the last ski race or anything else. So the amount of funds and time we donate back to the community is mind-boggling. And that's not just toot my horn. Everybody in town, you can go up and down and ask every single retailer or business owner in this town, you see everybody out volunteering at bike races or ski races or whatever there is, the Wapiti Music Festival. All these things, it's a thriving, bustling community of just support. So.
Right, and yeah, that's amazing. It's so great to see everybody kind of contributing like that. Yeah. That's fantastic.
And yeah, people that aren't even, they're not skiers or they're not cyclists or whatever, or whatever. I'm not a musician, but I'm standing at the gate at Wapiti, not me, but those guys, you've just seen them around. And it's just a little nod to the head, kind of, hey, way to go.
Little appreciation.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right on. So finally, what is something that most people don't know about you?
I don't. I'm pretty much an open book. My claim to fame at this point is my chairlift ski report. For whatever reason, I started this thing as a joke last year with some friends and now I have like internet followers and people. Like I was skiing in Revelstoke last winter and somebody in the lift line poked me in the back. Hey, are you the chairlift ski report guy? And I'm like, how do you even know this? So I do this thing. It's 1 minute every day because it's the only time. I try and ski every single day. That's my goal, is to ski every single day. Nice. And I do this 1 minute chairlift report, and it's usually some kind of commentary on like a music or not political. We try and stay away from politics, but something that's going on that people might find amusing. And it's like people want to ride the chair with me to be part of the chairlift ski report. And I'm like, seriously, this is what it's going to be. This is what's going to be.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
we'll have to check that out. Yeah. Well, Jay, thank you so much for
Anytime.
taking the time.
Thanks for coming in.
I love learning about yourself and the Guides Hut, so thank you very much. And thank you to everybody watching. If you would like to be featured on the next episode, please contact me today. My name is Brittany. I'm your local real estate agent. We'll see you on the next one.